Keegan, you've had plenty of scoring chances this year, but how did it feel to finally see one go in the net?
Yeah, I think my reaction and the bench reaction says it all. Very uplifting. It's been a long time coming. Just like a mountains off my back.
Next question goes to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Keegan, do you have plans for that puck? Where are you going to put it?
I haven't thought that far yet. Haven't really had a second to think really about anything. So talk to my parents, figure, we'll find a spot for it.
Next question tonight goes to Jesse Granger, The Athletic.
Hey, for Mark Stone, the games with the Blues this season have been kind of high scoring back and forth. You guys shut them down pretty good tonight. What does it say about this team's ability to win different types of games, and how do you think that helps you moving forward?
Yeah, I think I've said that in the past. If you look at the way we've been playing over the last month or two, our records is really good, but we're winning in different areas. Obviously we're winning 2-1 games, 5-4, 5-1, 1-0. That's what the good teams do. You find ways to win hockey games. And tonight, we played this is our 5th game in 8 days. Coming in on a back-to-back with travel, which I don't think we've done this year. So we had to play smart, and I thought we did a pretty good job. We had a great first period. Had a bit of a dip in the second, but nothing really substantial. And then the third period, I thought we got our legs and just pounded 4 lines out the door and found ways to score goals.
Next question goes to David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, Mark. Kind of along those lines, the last couple of games, you guys have had a lot of success against them in the third period. Any explanation for that? Maybe what was the emphasis for the third period tonight for you guys?
We were doing some good things, but like I said there, we were at the end of a back-to-back. It was our third game, 4th night. It's 5-8, and we got a day off tomorrow. So you just got to find a way to push. That's a big win. We feel a lot better about ourselves these last 3 games, going 2-1 than 1-2. So I thought we did a good job at defending, finding ways to control the ozone, sustain pressure, and power play. Had some good plays too.
Take a couple more here tonight with Keegan Kolesar and Mark Stone. Next question goes to Stormy Bonatoni, Vegas Golden Knights.
Keegan, you talked about the bench reaction. What were some things that were said to you, and what was it like to go back to the room tonight?
There's a lot of congrats and a lot more about time. So a lot of good laughs. I was excited to see the bench reaction. I think they might have been more excited than I was. So overall, it was a fun and exciting moment for me.
Next, we'll go to Brian Blessing, Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Mark, you had a great game, but I guess keep it the theme of the night. It's one of the great things about the sport, the traditions, and when a player gets his first goal, run get the puck for him, and the excitement on the bench. What was it like for you to see Keegan get the first goal? And when somebody like Keegan scores, do you think back to your first goal and always remember your big first goal?
Yeah, I remember mine like it was yesterday. Still feel like I'm a 21-year-old rookie scoring my first goal, but it was nice to have some fans in the building for him to score his first goal. I think that's awesome. The emotion, it's something he'll never forget. He's been working so hard. He's had so many good looks. He's come to the rink every day with a smile on his face. Obviously, he would have liked to have scored, I'm sure, long before this. But I said to him on the way over, I think now that you got your first one, you're going to score a lot more goals. I think it gets in the back of your head. So I'm really happy that he got that one, and he's very deserving. And I think everybody in the room is really happy.
Hey, thanks, Cap.
Probably.
Final question for Keegan and Mark comes from Chris Matthews, Channel 8, Las Vegas.
Hey, Mark, can I ask you just a little bit about that third period? It seems like the magic just happens. You've outscored the opponents 43-24 in the third period. What is it about the third, just beyond the cliches, that you guys actually come out and really do and work well in that third period?
I think sticking to what we do best. Obviously it's 1-1. You can start cheating the game. You can start trying to cheat on offense. And I think we've done a good job at not doing that, maybe letting our opponent cheat for the offense. And then, we kind of turn pucks over and take it back the other way. We did some good jobs, even on Keegan's goal. I think their wingers and their D were cheating offense, and we keep the puck in, and Keegs is alone at the net. And those are the kind of things that I think we're doing a really good job at, not cheating for offense, just playing. I don't think guys ever get frustrated throughout the game, and you just try and continue to play the same way for 60 minutes. That's how you have success.
Guys, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, well, obviously second game in 2 nights for you guys. How are you able to kind of dig deep in the third there and pull away?
Power play was there tonight, so that made a difference. And obviously, goalie getting his first, and Stoney putting that game-winning goal in too. We had a good feeling all game, I feel like, and it was just a matter of time before we got that second and eventually third.
Next question tonight goes to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Jonathan, when you're coming off of a 5-1 win, do you think more happy with the 5 goals that the offense was working, or the 1 goal allowed and 16 shots that the defense was working?
Yeah, honestly, we played really well defensively. Obviously, it was good to see Lenny back there again, and we wanted to play hard in front of him. We played really good defensively. I'm really happy about that. But obviously, getting 2 on the power play, getting Coley, getting his first, I think those are great feeling. And we were a little disappointed with our effort yesterday, and really proud of that group that we battled back and got a big win tonight.
Next question tonight goes to Jesse Granger with The Athletic.
Hey, for Jonathan, we hear a lot about how winning different ways can build confidence for a team over a season. I'm wondering if this season, because you're not playing against the whole league, you're playing against the same teams every week. Do you think it's more important to win in different ways and build that confidence?
Especially this year, you're always playing a 4-point game every night. We're always in the same division. So especially this year, the games are really important, and we're battling hard. We most of the nights we're finding a way to win. Obviously, beginning of the year it was not always pretty, but we find a way, and now we kind of feeling good about our game overall. And it was not the easiest back-to-back we had, and we find a way. So it's a good win tonight.
Next, we'll go to Brian Blessing from the Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Hey, Jonathan, if you would just continue on that. It's never easy to play back-to-back, but with St. Louis was sitting here waiting for you guys, how important was it to get off to a good start in the first period?
Yeah, we mentioned it the after warm-up, just to be ready in the first period and just play it extra simple, just check with our legs, be simple with the puck, and because they're obviously waiting for us, and we were expecting a strong start from them. So I thought we did a really good job in the first period, and it's never ideal when one team's playing a back-to-back and the other team is not. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but as a team, it's just adversity that every team is facing at some point, and we find a way today.
We'll go to Willie Ramirez, Associated Press.
Jonathan, you say you found a way today, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are now 4-0 on the second of back-to-backs this season. So it's more than just tonight. It's more than expecting a rested Blues team coming home off a loss. It's got to be something that you guys are doing throughout the course of the season that's preparing you well.
I think we just have a mature group. We know how to win hockey games. We know what we know what to do to be successful. And on a back-to-back, it's not necessarily like it's going to be like an extremely fast game or anything like that. We're just trying to play in our position and controlling the puck. And like I said, I think it just comes down to having a mature group, and we're finding a way.
Pick 2 more here with William Karlsson and Jonathan Marchessault. Next, we'll go to Stormy Bonatoni, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, you guys both early on mentioned Keegan getting his first one. What was the bench like when he scored, and how did just that moment feel for your teammate?
The boys were fired up. Yeah, for sure. We were howling on the bench, and we could share his relief. He's had a couple of chances in earlier games, so it was huge to see him have one tonight, and hopefully that's just one of many more to come.
Final question for Will and John goes to Chris Matthews, Channel 8, Las Vegas.
Hey, Jonathan, can I ask you a little bit about that third period? It seems like, well, you guys have outscored opponents 43-24 over the third. What are you guys doing? What are the other teams doing that allow you to do what you do in that third period? Because you guys are playing really, really well in the third.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to a little bit similar situation as playing a back-to-back. I mean, we're a mature group. We know that every night we need good starts and we need to play well, obviously, in the first period, but good teams show up in the third period. And I think as a team, we're taking a lot of pride of doing that. And tonight, again, we came out and we were better than the opponent. We were pressuring. It didn't matter the score. We just kept going, and it was a good overall win.
Guys, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Pete, you guys have found different ways to win throughout the season, have been really good in the third period. And a couple guys mentioned this team knows how to win. When you hear that phrase, what does it mean to you?
Well, there's no doubt there's a confidence and a composure to the group that regardless of the situation, tied, down, I think we know what our game looks like when we're playing well and when we're not. And I think the guys have an ability to get back to that game, when we need to. And if that means in the third period, because we're down or it's tied and we need to win a game, then they have the ability to do that.
Next question tonight goes to Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Pete, you mentioned the third period, obviously second game in 2 nights. Just how happy with you, the energy levels that you guys still had to kind of pull away there?
Yeah, actually happy and surprised. If you take it out even further, I think it might be 7 and 11 games or 11 days, with travel. So it's been a really tough schedule, and I was feeling it today. So, usually if I'm feeling it, I can imagine the guys who are actually playing what they felt like. But I thought they really dug deep today, and knowing we have a couple days before we play in Colorado, I think they really dug deep and emptied the tank.
Next, we'll go to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Pete, only 16 shots allowed tonight. What do you think worked well for the defense tonight?
Well, I think we defend as a 5-man unit, and I thought we did a good job. That's a big, heavy team that likes to play in the offensive zone. So I thought we did a good job of defending as a 5-man unit and making sure we had numbers in all those situations. I thought Nick Holden came in and gave us a real good game defensively, which helped. And then Robin had a couple big saves at key times. The breakaway in the third period was a critical save at a real important time.
Next question goes to Jesse Merrick, Channel 3, Las Vegas.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Pete. Keegan obviously finally gets the goal, but I'm just curious, what he brings to you guys night in and night out, kind of how he's grown into his role.
Yeah, I think you could tell by the reaction of the team. Everyone was happy for him. It's been a long time coming, and he's had some really good opportunities. So it was starting to weigh on him a little bit, and you could see that weight lifted after he scored, and how happy the guys were for him. He's done a good job. He came in and has kind of established himself as an NHL player, and he's jumped in and fought for teammates on 2 or 3 occasions, which always gets the respect of the group. And he makes plays. He finds a way to create scoring opportunities for himself or other guys every night. So, I think he's got a bright future.
Time for a few more here with Pete tonight. Next, we'll go to Chris Matthews, Channel 8, Las Vegas.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, can I ask you about Mark Stone? It seems like the guy's unbelievable. 7 game-winning goals so far and a couple tonight. And do you kind of think right now he's in that Hart Trophy mix, that at least the conversation with the way he's playing?
Well, I think he should be. He's a big moment guy, and over the first half of this season, when I look back at the moments in games when we've needed a boost of energy or a play to be made or a goal to be scored or a shot to be blocked, he's usually right in the middle of things. So he's a special player.
Do 2 final questions tonight. Next one goes to Willie Ramirez, Associated Press.
Hey, Willie.
Hey, Pete, Jonathan had chalked it up to maturity. You talked about digging deep, 7 games, 11 days. If I'm not mistaken, you guys are now 4-0-0 on the second of back-to-back nights. So you've been sort of doing it all season in showing up on that second night. What do you chalk that up to?
Well, I chalk it up to depth and goaltending, the ability to play 2 goalies on those weekends or those back-to-back nights and get a fresh goalie in there and depth. We had the ability tonight to roll 4 lines. Our third and fourth line, I thought, did a great job, which really takes some pressure off your big guys minute-wise. And, I think that's the key to being able to have success during these type of schedules.
Last question today comes from Brian Blessing with the Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Hey, Brian.
Hello, Pete. The traditions in this game, I think, are unlike any other sport. You could be watching any game in the league and see a kid get his first goal, and it's the coolest thing. They get the puck for him. You've been behind the bench for a lot of those, I'm sure. How much of a smile on your face do you get when you see a moment like, the hard work? We think back to Kolesar at the first developmental camp at the Las Vegas ice rink to see him come and get his first goal. Do you think back on all these cool moments throughout your career watching guys get their first?
Yeah, I do. We have a front row seat for that, and it's pure joy. I mean, these kids grow up their whole life dreaming of that moment, scoring their first NHL goal, and you can see the emotion come out. You really see it around the team, the scouts that drafted them, Kelly McCrimmon, who traded for him and watched him in junior and has been in charge of his development through to this point. There's a lot of pride in the people around that in that accomplishment.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
That'll conclude tonight's media availability. Full recordings will be distributed here shortly.